Welcome back to my channel. This is it, guys, ebook or paperback. I will be discussing my personal thoughts and views, but I also consulted a few of my fellow bookworm friends whose points I'll also be sharing. Obviously, the most significant pro for ebooks is that they're accessible. You can read on your phone or your e-reader, and you can read wherever and in whatever situation. For example, in direct sunlight or in the dark, in bed. You can also have a screen reader for people who can't see well or are visually impaired. Using an e-reader, you can carry around a number of books with you without actually having to hold books everywhere you go. And believe you me, I know the struggle of walking around with a rucksack full of books. However, the main issue for us bookworms is that you then can't hold the actual book and feel the pages, and you can't see it on your shelf, so it can be easier to forget some of the ebooks you've read more than physical copies. Also, turning a page in a physical book just feels more satisfying. So although it isn't the same, I'm less opposed to some e-readers where you can swipe the screen to turn the page. Being able to see your progress is real, okay? Often e-readers will give you a progress bar or percentage bar to keep track of how far through the book you are. But one of the satisfying things about reading a paperback is seeing the left side of the book grow thicker and thicker and the right side of the book grow thinner and thinner as you read. Honestly, speak to any bookworm, they'll know what I'm on about. You can see your progress right there without having to look at numbers and thinking how much it equates to. And the new or old book smell is a big deal, okay? The looks I've had from people who aren't bookworms when I've sat down with a new book I've just bought and have to inhale the pages is pretty entertaining. A con of paperbacks, though, is that they can get ruined quite easily, and especially if you're the reader who gets worried about bending the spine or damaging pages or the front cover. It can also ache holding your book for too long. If you're the reader who reads for hours straight, you'll know what I'm talking about. You know when you keep having to find new ways to hold your book before your arm starts aching again. But a pro is that you can look at the pages, whether they're that crisp white or sort of old golden yellow. And as I said, they smell nice. People like being able to look at and admire their bookshelf or bookcase. I'd get less satisfaction trying to admire my virtual library. However, using a tablet or Kindle, you don't have to actually hold your book. I know what I've just said about being able to hold a physical book and turn the pages, but you can prop it up and read. For example, if you're lying down and not have to worry about keeping the pages open. This is also a solution to a problem that I didn't realise other readers have experienced as well. Sometimes, for whatever reason, us readers will be lying down and holding the book above us. So, of course, for whatever ridiculous reason, sometimes your hands just go slack and the book lands on your face. I didn't realise that this has happened to other people and is actually a bookworm thing. So A, never do this with a hardcover book, and B, you wouldn't have to worry about that with a tablet or something. The only reason we do things like that is because we have to keep the pages open so the book doesn't close. My point being that on an e-reader, you only have to worry about turning the page and having it in a position where you are able to read. If you want to know my personal conclusion, I will always prefer paperback. For so long now, I've said I much prefer the concept of an ebook rather than the actual thing itself. I think that just being able to download a book is brilliant, but I also want to hold the book in my hands, and so don't look at me weirdly when I stroke the cover and spine of a new book. But using that concept, I'm then open to the idea of ordering books online and just choosing next day delivery, as it's probably the closest thing to being able to download a physical book and have that copy. Let me know your thoughts of ebook or paperback in the comments. I was thinking of doing another video similar to this where I just talk about reader problems and problems you'll most likely only encounter if you're a bookworm. Let me know if you'd want something like that. Like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to know when I upload my next review, where I'll be discussing The Eternity Cure, the second book of Julie Kagawa's Blood of Eden trilogy. Also a shout out to these lovely people who put their views forward for this video.